You can't just say no for 6 months. 6 months, that's it. You can't do that. Okay, well guess what, buddy? You're gonna stay at 99% dweeb. Your 9 to 5 isn't holding you back, you dweeb. Your 5 to 9 is. How the fuck can I put 8 hours a day helping another motherfucker get rich, but I can't put 4 hours to me? Oh, you working too much, or you can go out one day, or you can have one drink. No! Why are you consuming? You're still a fat fuck. Why are you consuming? You're still a skinny dweeb. Why are you consuming? You're living paycheck to paycheck. Outside of just being a relentless, disciplined dog, the most valuable trait a man could have is not giving a fuck. YouTube, what's good? It's your boy Cry. Welcome back to another vid. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm. And make sure to follow me on all platforms that I am Cry. Today we got a great one! I'm gonna share with you guys the 5 brutal sacrifices I made to level up fast, right? When you don't make sacrifices for your standards will become the sacrifice, right? So I'm gonna break down specifically some of the most extreme sacrifices I've made to separate myself from the pack. I don't wanna be nothing like you niggas. You shouldn't wanna be nothing like these motherfuckers. Whatever these motherfuckers is doing, get it the fuck away from you. I'm gonna keep on saying it, right? To get what most don't have, you must do what most won't do. If you keep doing the same thing other motherfuckers do, why do you think you're different? You're delusional. You must have a certain mindset, you must have certain habits, you must have a certain work ethic to separate yourself from the pack. But all of that doesn't matter if you do not make the sacrifices necessary to separate yourself from the pack. So without further ado, I'm not gonna waste any motherfucking time. Let's get right into it. First thing I had to do was understand margins, right? Margins are extremely important. Margins are everything, fellas. Margins are the difference between who you are and who you could be. Margins are the difference between 99% dweeb and 1% cry. Margins are the difference between winners and losers. What you have to understand is that we all get the same 24 hours, right? So it's about what choices are we making within those 24 hours and what choices are we making within different margins throughout the day. There's different margins throughout the day that motherfuckers fuck up on and they make the wrong choices and they wonder why they're in the same spot, right? Daily tiny battles. I always speak the daily tiny battles will define your future. You win a day, you win a week, you win a week, you win a month, you win a month, you win a year, you win a year, you win a life, right? But it all starts with a day. So how do you win a fucking day? You have to win margins throughout the motherfucking day. All the emotions that other humans and other men feel, you have to figure out a way to overcome them to be the man that you want to be. Right? It has to be a non-negotiable. You must be obsessed. So today I'm gonna break down some margins that held me back as a young man and how I tweaked and optimized different things so I could overcome the same emotions that everybody else felt, but made different decisions in those margins that was gonna separate me from the pack and help me be a 1% man. And that first margin is after work crash. Oh, I was one of them motherfuckers, man. Oh, I'm tired after work. I'm gonna scroll. I'm gonna go on Netflix. I'm gonna beat my meat. I just worked 8 hours. Like, can I just relax? No! That's what everybody feels. Brother, you must understand. Stop making the excuse with your fucking job, you dweeb. Do you know that people that go to the gym have jobs? Do you know that there's successful motherfuckers that had jobs once upon a time? You're not the only motherfucker trying to get out there 9 to 5. Stop! Immediately. I was using my 9 to 5 as an excuse. Right? I would say, oh, I'm too tired. I'm unmotivated, right? That drive back from work, you like, man, I can't wait to get home. I'm about to order me some Chinese food. I'm about to relax. Like, I just worked a 9 to 5. I deserve it. No, the fuck you don't, you dweeb. That's the bare minimum. So what, you went to the fucking gym? So what, you worked a fucking job? What are you gonna do from your 5 to 9, right? Your 9 to 5 isn't holding you back, you dweeb. Your 5 to 9 is. I can assure you. And I know a lot of guys get this same feeling after work, that fatigue kick in, bro. I get it, I really do. But you have to find a way to overcome that. Because you're gonna look back after a year like, holy fuck. Over the last 12 months, every single day, Monday through Friday, when I got home, I didn't do shit to get me out of this 9 to 5. Now, if you work a 9 to 5 that you like, this is not for you. But again, most of you guys do not, because you DM me every day and tell me. So that is who I am speaking to right now, right? You're seeking comfortability. Nothing about this shit is comfortable. You're never gonna hear me come up here and say, oh, this shit is easy. It's not. It's simple, but it's not easy. One thing I had to understand during this time is how the fuck can I put all this effort, 8 hours a fucking day, 8 hours? That is a third of your day. How the fuck can I put 8 hours a day helping another motherfucker get rich, but I can't put 4 hours to me? I can't put half of that to me. That is insane. This is my life. It's literally modern day slavery. You're gonna spend 8 hours a day helping somebody else reach their standard with something you're not even passionate about. But once you get off, you're gonna relax. a dweeb for the rest of your fucking life. I had to figure out a way how to take advantage of these hours, how to maximize these hours. I understood that at one point in time, every successful entrepreneur, every 1% man, every extraordinary man worked a 9 to 5 and still figured out a way to get the fuck out of it. They bleed, shit, and pee just like me. Okay, Cry, it's your turn. What the fuck are you gonna do? First thing I did was coffee, right? I had the self-awareness to drink a coffee in the morning, but for whatever reason, I couldn't drink a fucking coffee in the middle of the day. I didn't even think to do it. Once I started doing it, it changed my life, right? Because midday, especially if you're waking up early, a lot of you dweebs not, but you should be waking up early. But when you wake up early and 1 to 2 p.m. comes, man, I recommend a black coffee. Do not mix it with sugar, cream, and oat milk like a chick. We are men. We're not drinking coffee for the taste. We're drinking coffee to stay the fuck awake so we can maximize the hours from 5 to 9. Right? So midday, I started drinking a coffee. And once I got off work, that fatigue wasn't there. I had the energy to do what I needed to do to become the man I wanted to be. Right? Black coffee, not the bullshit. The next thing I did was delete social media right after work. As soon as I was leaving work, as soon as I was walking away from my desk, I deleted the fucking apps. Brother, it was a point in time where I was spending 9 hours a day on Instagram. Most of those hours were after work, from 5 to the time I went to bed. Scrolling. I keep telling you, it's two motherfuckers. It's people that's in the game and in the stands. I was in the motherfucking stands. I was consuming, looking at all these people that got the lifestyles, the clothes, the change, the cars, the chicks, but I wasn't doing shit to get those things. I was like, oh, one day I'm gonna get it. I was a lazy, ambitious person. I was taking normal amounts of action. I thought, oh, I work my 9 to 5 and I go to the gym in the morning, that I was doing something. I wasn't doing shit. I wasn't maximizing my life outside of my 9 to 5, from the hours to 5 to 9, right? So I'm consuming. Okay, my nigga, how much consuming are you gonna do? Are you gonna get in the fucking game? Brother, do you think the motherfuckers that you see with the house, with the car, with the chick, with the life, do you think they're scrolling on Instagram? Do you think they give a fuck about what you're posting? I can assure you they don't. They're in the fucking game. They're making shit happen. They're working. The real motion is outside of Instagram. The real motion is outside of TikTok. The real motion is outside of YouTube. I can assure you, with the work that nobody fucking sees. And I had to realize, okay, Cry, you're scrolling, you're consuming all this content. How the fuck can you spend all these hours scrolling, but you can't spend an hour doing some deep work to make you a better man? You fucking dweeb. So I just said, okay, let me increase the friction, right? Make it hard as possible to scroll. So I started deleting the app right after work. This also gave me so much clarity. Like I keep saying this, holy fuck. Fellas, if you just put this motherfucking device down, for 4 hours a day, brother, I can assure you, the reason that you stuck in the same spot is because you can't even think of what the grandmaster plan is. Once you put this motherfucker down, you will. The ideas was flowing to me, right? As soon as I was like, damn. I remember I was working at UPS, and not only was I deleting it after work, I would delete it like midday through my shift. And I'm at UPS putting up boxes, and my thoughts is just wondering. Like, I'm thinking of the best ideas. I'm like, what the fuck? You do know our brains worked before social media was invented. A lot of times these apps are controlling your thoughts. You are what you consume. You guys probably watch my videos and feel hella motivated after you watch. Like, damn, I'm ready to go. It's the same thing the opposite way. When you're consuming all of that bullshit on social media, all these women shaking their ass, all the shit that's on the Shade Room, Drake and Kendrick Lamar, LeBron James losing to the fucking Timberwolves. That is who you are. You're going to go to sleep thinking about LeBron James. You're going to go to sleep thinking about Drake and Kendrick Lamar. You might have a dream about that bitch you just saw shaking her ass, right? But when you put the motherfucking phone down and you focus on the work and the high leverage tasks that is going to move the needle forward and the vision you have for yourself, all you do is think it, right? I wake up thinking about my dreams and I go to sleep thinking about them as well. They're always on my mind. Every single fucking day. Niggas talk about motivation. That's how I stay motivated. Damn near every hour of the fucking day, I'm thinking about retiring my mother. I'm thinking about driving that Lambo and it's gonna go vroom as soon as I start that motherfucker. And I'm thinking about looking at my bank account balance and it says 100K, monthly reoccurring revenue. Every moment of the day, I'm thinking about that, but I wouldn't be thinking about that if I was scrolling on social media. So I deleted the app immediately after I got off. Do it! The next margin I had to do is win the weekends. Holy fuck. This is a margin that's not talked about enough. A lot of motherfuckers want to relax on the weekend. I was a lot of motherfuckers. Your 9 to 5 is not keeping you mediocre. Your 5 to 9 is not keeping you mediocre. Your weekends are. Think about it. How the fuck can you spend 40 hours a week helping somebody else get rich, but you can't take 16 on the weekend into yourself? It's nuts. You don't give a fuck about your life. And that's why you'll stay mediocre. That's why you'll stay a dweeb. I can assure you. This is a huge margin that everybody has, but nobody takes advantage of. It's like we've been conditioned, oh, Saturday and Sunday, we go out, we drink, we smoke weed, we sleep in, we do what everybody else does. No! The moment I said, okay, I'm not doing that no more is the moment everything fucking changed. Success takes sacrifice. Success takes extreme levels of action. When motherfuckers can say, oh, you're working too much, or you can go out one day, or you can have one drink. No! That one drink is gonna compound. Yes, if I just do it today, okay, whip-de-doo. But now I did it 2 days out the month. Now I did it 4 days out the last 3 months. Drinking, smoking, at the end of the year, holy fuck, 24% of it, I wasted. Think about that. The weekends are 24% of the fucking year. Time is never the issue. We all have the time. You're just not making the most use of it. There's 168 hours of the week. What the fuck are you doing on Saturday and Sunday, brother? I can assure you you're not doing shit if you're still a 99% dweeb. Stop doing what everybody else does. Every weekend I was sleeping in, jacking off, consuming social media, watching Netflix, not having any structure, not having any plan. I gotta reset for the week. I gotta get ready to maximize my week. No! Everybody's doing that. What are you gonna do to separate yourself? What is that margin gonna look like for you? You have to take advantage of the fucking weekend, brother. I can assure you. The first thing I did was create a routine, right? I got to a certain point, fellas, I could, have a routine Monday through Friday. I was really allowing my schedule, but the weekends I freestyled. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. It's like them days didn't matter to me. They do, they add up, right? So the same structure with Google Calendar, my power list, my non-negotiables that I had during the week, I had to make that on the weekend. Not sleeping in, I'm still waking up early. Not consuming social media, I'm still gonna do my deep work. Not taking a day off from the gym, I'm still gonna go. And even if it's a rest day, I'm gonna walk or do something. When you have no plan, you plan to fail. Not having a plan on the weekend caused me to drift. I refuse to drift now. The weekends, I lock in even more. I was talking to my brother yesterday, man, and he was like, yo, bro, I see you be waking up at 4:25 during the week. Doing it on the weekend is tough. It is tough, but that's what it fucking takes. I could easily sleep in on the weekend. I don't have to wake up at 4:25 on the weekend. I don't have to, but I do. It's that deep. But the first thing I had to do was get some structure, not freestyle my weekends. Okay, I got to do this in the morning. I got to do this in the afternoon. I got to do this in the evening. This is my nightly routine. Saturday and Sunday matter. You must do the same shit, dog. Once I created a routine that aligned with my non-negotiables, it was a fucking wrap. Second thing I did was implement deep work. Cry, what is deep work? Deep work is intensely focusing on 1 to 2 high leverage tasks that are gonna move the needle forward for your long-term standards with zero distractions. No phone, no walking in and out of the room, nobody in the house with you, no music, no going to different tabs on your computer. Intensely focus on one high leverage task for at least 30 minutes to an hour. Weekends are when you have the most time to do this. I talk to guys that do YouTube and I'm like, why aren't you posting every day? Oh, I really don't have enough time. Holy fuck! How do you not have enough time? You work 7 days a week? I can bet my motherfucking life you don't. You have the weekend. You're just making the wrong choices within those margins. Once I started implementing 2 to 3 deep hour blocks on the weekend, everything changed. Fellas, when you cut out distractions and really lock the fuck in on your craft, you will be surprised how good you get. You will be surprised how easy it gets. It's not hard, it's just new, but a lot of y'all can't even see that it's new because you don't put in the fucking work. Why don't you put in the work? Because you like to relax on the weekend. Good thing I'm not gonna relax on the weekend. I'm gonna separate myself from the pack. I'm not gonna be nothing like you niggas, and that's why I'm gonna have the mindset. That's why I'm gonna have the habits. That's why I'm gonna have the chick. That's why I'm gonna have the money. That's why my mom's not gonna work, and yours is. Make the sacrifice, bro. Put in the work, and we all get the weekend to do that. The third thing I did was cancel subscriptions. Holy fuck. I don't know what it was, man, but I just had to watch Power. Oh, I gotta watch Tariq. I gotta watch Kanan. I gotta watch Tommy and Ghost. What the fuck is Tommy and Ghost doing for me? Is Tommy and Ghost gonna retire my mom? Is Tommy and Ghost gonna give me that Lambo? Is Tommy and Ghost gonna give me that penthouse? Is Tommy and Ghost gonna give me that relationship with God? Is Tommy and Ghost gonna help me with my charisma? Is Tommy and Ghost gonna help me with my character? No, they're not. Those motherfuckers worked on their craft. That's why I'm consuming them. So, okay, let me not consume them and put in years and years of work and work on mine so I can be on their fucking level. But younger dweeb probably wasn't thinking like that. I was trying to consume. So I said, okay, let me just increase the friction so I don't have to watch these motherfuckers. So I deleted it. Stars, Netflix, Hulu, all of it has to go. That's what I did, right? Now I don't even have a TV in my fucking house. Now, at nighttime when I have nothing to do, I just go Google the NBA scores and figure out if the Lakers won, and then I don't give a fuck. I don't watch it, right? Why am I gonna spend 2 hours watching LeBron James? Why am I gonna spend 1 hour watching Ghost cheat on Tasha when there's work to be done? Why? It's that deep. Damn, Cry, I can't just relax and watch one show. Okay, go ahead. I don't give a fuck. I give a fuck about my guys, the motherfuckers that want to be in that 1%, the motherfuckers that want to be the best man they can be, the motherfuckers that refuse to be like the 99% dweeb. That's who I'm talking to. So yes, it's that deep. Cut off the subscriptions. Delete them. Why are you consuming? You're still a fat fuck. Why are you consuming? You're still a skinny dweeb. Why are you consuming? You're living paycheck to paycheck. Why are you consuming? Your chicks suck. You can't attract high quality girls. Why are you consuming? You have to beat your meat because you can't get any chicks. Put the work in, and it all starts with sacrifice. So delete the apps. Delete the subscriptions that you're consuming. They're holding you the fuck back. Come on. Last thing I did, which was the most important. Say no. Holy fuck. Bro, Younger Cry was a people pleaser. I felt like if I told somebody no, they wouldn't like me. And for some odd reason, I cared if people liked me or not. Now I do not give a fuck. I can assure you. I said this before, I'm going to keep saying that. Outside of just being a relentless, disciplined dog, the most valuable trait a man could have is not giving a fuck. Once I stopped giving a fuck and using no as my superpower, everything changed. I do not care if I hurt your feelings. I do not care if I didn't text you back right away. I do not care if I didn't answer your call. I do not care if it's your birthday and I didn't come. I do not care if it's your baby shower and I didn't come. I do not care if you're getting married and I couldn't show up. I don't give a fuck. I'm sorry. I have to make the sacrifice to be the man I want to be. Period. A lot of people can't do that. A lot of people are like, this is my dog. I got to go out with my dog. I got to loan my dog this money. This is my dog calling me. I got to answer. Okay, be a 1% dog. Be a 1% friend. You'll stay a 1% dweeb. I refuse. I'm going to be a 1% man. I'm going to be a 1% son. I'm going to be a 1% entrepreneur. I'm going to be a 1% man of God. That's what I value. I could give a fuck what other people value, right? But Younger Cry was a people pleaser. Younger Cry, my homies asked me to go out. My female friends asked me to go out. I go, right? They call my phone, they text me like I need to talk to you, something on my mind, I answer. Next thing I know, I spent 2 hours on the phone giving advice that motherfucker's not even gonna listen to. I get off and now I'm tired and I wasted that whole fucking time. It's nuts. But a lot of people cannot do that, brother. Oh my gosh, I hate to even say this, but bro, fuck your friends. Oh my fucking goodness, bro. If they're your real friends, they're not going anywhere. Put in the work with your craft, and once you become the man you want to be, not only will you be a better friend, you'll be able to put them on. That's what it's about, right? A lot of motherfuckers cannot do that. I nipped this in the bud quick. Like, this has not been an issue. Like, literally, I caught myself doing it for like 3 months, and I stopped. Why do y'all always have to be, like, around people? I don't get it. I don't! You can't just lock in for 6 months. You can't just say no for 6 months. You can't just not text back for 6 months. You can't just not answer calls for 6 months. You can't just say no, bro, not right now for 6 months. 6 months, that's it. You can't do that. Okay. Well, guess what, buddy? You're going to stay at 99% dweeb. I can assure you. So stop trying to be a 1% man when you can't even tell motherfuckers no. No is a superpower. I'm ruthless with my time. I'm ruthless with my energy. That's why I will guarantee to make failure impossible. Period. I don't care if you like me. I don't care if I'm the best friend. I don't. I care about my grandparents. I care about my parents. I care about my little brothers. And I care about my brothers in 1% Academy. That is it. I don't give a fuck what you're talking about. And as a man, you must not either, especially if you want to separate yourself from that motherfucking pack. Number 4, sleep. Most people get 8 hours of sleep. Most studies say that 8 hours of sleep is the most optimal. Good thing I'm not trying to be fucking optimal, and good thing I'm not trying to be like most motherfuckers. You don't need 8 hours, I can assure you, right? Yes, you'll be a little bit more alert and alive when you have 8 hours. I don't give a fuck about alert and alive. I give a fuck about results. Right? I had to sacrifice my sleep. I had to understand if everybody else is getting 8 hours of sleep and being up for 16, how can I get 18? How can I get 19? How can I create that margin and separate myself from these motherfuckers so they can't fuck with me? And it started with sleep. Okay, Cry, you're going to have to figure out how to function with the energy levels that you have with 8 hours of sleep with 6 to 7. What the fuck are you going to do? And I hated getting up early, bro. Like, if my dad watching this, he know. My dad, thank God for him, was waking me up at 5:30, so now it's a little easier for me to do it because I used to do it when I was a young man. But when I was a young man, I hated it. I hated waking up early. Like, brother, I think that's like some of you guys think like you're the only person that shit be hard for. Like, I wish y'all could see a movie of my life. I really do, because I literally hated it. I hated getting up in the morning. If not being a morning person was in the dictionary, you would see my face. I can assure you, I fucking hated it. But I knew I had to do it if I wanted to separate myself from the pack. So I did the math. If I just wake up 2 hours in these motherfuckers, that's 14 hours a week. That's 56 hours a month. That's 572 hours a year. 572 hours a year. Let that sink in. ChatGPT, what is 572 hours? How many days is that? 28. 28 days. Fellas, if I'm racing a clone of myself, we have the same endurance and we have the same speed. And they say on your mark, get set, go! And I get a 28-minute head start. They will never catch me. It's the same thing with sleep. If I get up 2 hours earlier, I have an extra 28 days a year. Of course I'm gonna outlap these motherfuckers. Of course I'm gonna be a 1% man. How can I not? I have more time. I'm being more useful with my time. Fellas, I get more done at 9 a.m. than most motherfuckers get done in a week. Why? Because I wake up early. I don't give a fuck about my sleep. I don't. But you do. You 99% dweeb. Oh, I gotta get this. I gotta get 8 hours. Studies say that it's optimal. You're gonna be an optimal 99% skinny or fat fuck. I can assure you. And I'm not saying that I'm not gonna get 8 hours of sleep forever. Like when I have kids and a wife, of course, I probably will. But guess what? I don't now. Phases. I understand the moment. I understand the opportunity. I understand what's at stake. I understand my mom is still clocking in. I understand I have the talent, the authority, the conviction to make it happen so she doesn't have to work again. So right now, my guy, I can't sleep for 8 hours. I can't sleep in. I can't. I have to get up early. I have to separate myself from the pack. I have to get an extra 28 days a year or these motherfuckers will be on my level. And I don't want that because I'm a 1%er and you are too. But stop sleeping in or you'll stay at 99% dweeb. I can assure you. I can assure you, doggy. Give me 6 to 7 and I'm good, right? I always had a good work ethic. I always was out working motherfuckers, even though we was getting 8 hours of sleep. When I was up, I was working like my motherfucking life depended on it. But now, not only am I working harder than these motherfuckers, but I'm working longer than these motherfuckers. 8 hours they up, I'm doing it for 10 at another level, at a higher level, at a more intense level, at a more extreme level. So how the fuck can I not beat them? How the fuck can I not separate myself from the pack? How the fuck can I not be a 1% man? How? It's impossible. Right? You gotta wake up early, bro. The first thing I had to do was prioritize a night routine, right? So the same way I set my alarm to wake up, I set my alarm to go to sleep, right? Delete the social media, cut out the distractions, right? I'm eating at this time, right? I'm showering at this time. I'm doing what I need to do so I can get at least 6 to 7 hours of sleep so I can wake up early and outwork these motherfuckers. It all started with what I did the night before. I didn't even have the self-awareness to think like this. I'm thinking like, damn, I'm not a morning person. What the fuck? No, you dweeb. You just don't know how to prioritize a night routine. You fuck off at night like 99% of motherfuckers, and that's why you'll be like the 99%, right? Once I started prioritizing that, everything changed. Another thing that I just started doing, fellas, that I'll give y'all some game on is playing black noise music, right? Just type in black noise on Apple Music, black noise on YouTube, black noise on Spotify, and it'll pop up. It's like this soothing ass sound that sound like, I don't know, like you flying in the fucking clouds. I don't know. One day I just tried it. I think Aman Gadzi mentioned it, and I tried it, and my sleep has been a lot better. I fall asleep a lot quicker. I don't know what it is, but try it. Damn, Christ, that deep. I can't just go to sleep and watch Martin. Brother, you can. I'm just trying to get every motherfucking advantage I can from these motherfuckers, right? So it doesn't take me as long as it takes you to go to sleep so I can wake up and get the fuck to work, and you can't because you're tired, because you wanted to watch Martin, you fucking dweeb. Another thing that I used to do when I couldn't fall asleep right away is I used to take melatonin. I don't know more now. I'm always tired because I'm really fucking working throughout the day, but when I was a dweeb and I wasn't really putting in that work and I couldn't fall asleep at night, I took melatonin an hour before and it helped me go to sleep. So if you're early in your journey, that's something I recommend as well. The next thing I did was take a Celsius, right? Outside of the black coffee midday, like Celsius is probably the #1 beverage that makes me a fucking superhero, I can assure you. Celsius is stronger than black coffee, so I take it first thing in the morning, right? Just to wake myself up and get right to fucking work. The reason I have so much energy when I get to this fucking whiteboard and it's 5 in the morning is because of Celsius. Now, I wouldn't recommend Celsius for everybody. Celsius is fine for me, but for some people, it makes them tweak out. Like they be too hyper, they be getting headaches and shit. That doesn't happen for me. It worked fine for me. So advise, don't be like, Cry told me to drink a Celsius, now I'm passed out on the fucking floor, now you're trying to sue me. Relax! Consult with your doctor and see first, but Celsius works great for me. It gets me up, ready to outwork these motherfuckers in the morning, right? All that fatigue is gone as soon as I take a sip. Right? And it's healthy, right? It burns fat. It's only 5 to 10 calories. There's no sugar, right? So stop the Monsters, stop the Red Bulls, and get you a fucking Celsius, you dweeb. Last and final margin that I had to look at to separate myself was impulsive purchase, right? We can't be this 1% man. We can't have the physique. We can't have the mindset. We can't have the chick. We can't have the relationship with God. We can't have the character. We can't have the status and be dumb as fuck with money. How are you gonna lead a woman, protect, provide, and give provision to her if you don't even know how to control your money? You don't know how to manage your money. You make emotional purchases because you're a 99% dweeb. I was a 99% dweeb. I would roll past Bath and Body Works and be like, oh, I need a candle. I would have meal prep at home and say, oh, let me get some Taco Bell. I would eat for the whole day and be like, oh, I'm gonna DoorDash some ice cream. No, 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 no. I would buy an outfit to go out for the weekend to impress motherfuckers that really didn't give a fuck about me just so I can post a cool caption on Instagram to look cool. I used to do it. Stop doing it. Stop trying to look rich and actually be rich, you dweeb. Delay your gratification. Slow the fuck down. It will be a time when you can get that car. It will be a time when you can eat out. It'll be a time when you can get them clothes. Right now, you can't do it. I had to understand, Cry. You cannot buy it twice and your bank account still be good. Do not buy it, right? So, okay, Cry, I get it. I gotta be smart with my money. So what the fuck did you do to be smart? Relax! I'm getting there right now, right? First thing I had to do is track my impulsive purchases, right? So this is something I actually have all my guys do in 1A and I still do to this day, right? So we create a budget for the month. How much am I spending on my expenses? How much am I saving? And what am I spending on leisure? I know I'm never going past this amount on a month-to-month basis. So I say, fellas, and also I used to say to the dweeb Cry, I'm no longer you, but I used to tell you, you fucking nut, hey, if it's not in the budget, we're not spending it. If it's not in the savings, we're not spending it. If it's not an expense, we're not spending it. If it's not in our leisure, we're not spending it. Otherwise, that is an impulsive purchase and we lost the fucking day. Period. Once I started tracking it, everything changed. I started realizing my spending habits. Like, God damn, I DoorDashed 5 times last week. God damn, I just spent that much on clothes that I really didn't need. God damn, I'm a 99% dweeb, right? It's not about how much money you can make, how much can you keep, right? So I had to start noticing this. This is a margin that a lot of motherfuckers can't do. A lot of motherfuckers can't delay the gratification. They gotta have it right now. Everything is at their fingertips. They can't save their money, right? They can't just wear regular clothes for a year. One thing you have to understand, and I'm learning this because I'm starting to surround myself with motherfuckers that's making 200K a month. Like, they don't wear a lot of the stuff y'all think rich people wear. Like, the rich motherfuckers I know, like my mentor makes 200K a month. I was talking to him yesterday, bro. He spends his money on cars. He might get a Dior wallet, but that's about it, right? He's not going to Louis Vuitton, spending a rack. He's not getting a Louis Vuitton backpack. He's not getting a Rolex watch. Like, he don't give a fuck about that shit. Like, toys and maybe a wallet here and there, that's it. Like, the really rich and successful motherfuckers don't have to dress like it. They don't have to wear all the chains. They don't have to wear all the clothes. They keep it very simple. They keep it very P. And I always used to hear my guys, he say, I can tell when a motherfucker just now getting some money or don't know how to manage their money by the way they dress. And now I get it. It makes sense, right? Stop trying to look it and be it. Right? But it all starts with your impulsive spending. Brother, we can't be doing deep work to maximize our income, make all this money, and throw it down the drain. You gotta be smart within those margins to separate yourself from the pack. I can assure you. So in summary, these are the 4 margins that I had to implement to separate myself from the pack, right? I had to figure out, okay, how can I maximize the time after work, right? How can I win the weekends, right? How can I get less sleep than these motherfuckers and still work just as hard, if not harder? And how can I be smart with my bread so I can be a rich motherfucker that is jacked? I know some of these things seem so tedious, and I know some of them seem like they're not a big deal, but I can assure you the details matter, the margins matter, because at the end of your fucking life, you're gonna be like, damn, where did the time go? It all started with what you were doing on a day-to-day basis, and it all started with the choices you were making in these specific margins that is gonna have you sitting there proud of your life or regretful. I can assure you. So take massive action. Don't just watch this video and still do bullshit after work. Don't just watch this video and still do bullshit on the weekend. Don't just watch this video and still order DoorDash after. Don't just watch this video and still say yes to your friends. Put it into action or you will stay a 99% dweeb. I want all of y'all to be 1%ers. If you're struggling with your mindset, if you're struggling with your habits, if you're struggling with your fitness and nutrition, and you're struggling with creating a system and a routine with your non-negotiables to maximize your life and become a 1% man, I will put the link in the description, DM a consultation call, and we'll see if you're a good fit for 1% Academy, where all my guys make failure impossible to be their 1% self. That's the video for today. I love y'all. Peace.